Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome
There's also
back.
part of the wall you missed.
No, that was there for aesthetic purposes.
Oh, yeah, the red part of the wall.
Add a clash of something so we don't get bored looking at the wall the whole time.
That makes sense. Yeah. I understand now.
Perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. I don't ouch. At the top. I don't know how to get out of here in a good way back to those trees without going all the way around.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. So you have like a hand towel in your kitchen, right?
Yes. It's a dish towel.
What's the difference between a dish towel and a hand towel?
I was trying to think of that. It's not the same. It's a different style than the ones that we keep in like the bathroom. I don't think it has to be though. But traditionally, kitchen towels like look different.
Yeah.
But it's the same exact thing. It's just
right.
Like we have a certain set that we keep in the kitchen because they're quote unquote dish towels, versus like the standard hand towels in the bathroom. But yes,
sometimes they're thinner. Like I use like when I like let my dough rise, for example, and it says put a tea cloth over it.
A tea cloth.
That's what it says in all the recipes. But it's just basically it's like I use one of my thinner dish towels or hand towels or whatever. So anyways, how often do you wash it?
Well, we'll throw them in with laundry probably every week or so. They'll make it there. But often they get tossed in. Like we have a lot of them. Often the one that's in there will not last a week. It lasts until we do a job where it gets really, really dirty or wet. Mm-hmm. And then you have to replace it with a different one because all of a sudden you have a wet towel that you can't dry stuff off with or use what you're trying to use it for, and therefore you just throw it, on the stairs to take it up to the laundry or whatever, and you get a new one out.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, and then they usually just go through the laundry load when I'm doing laundry during the week.
All those chests are organized now.
I see. Is there a chest full of gunpowder by chance?
Where'd I put the gunpowder?
That's because I'm running low on fireworks.
Whoops. Well, let me waste one real quick while you say that. I think it's in here. Yeah, it's right here.
Where's here? Oh,
it's only 15, but
well, it'll make a decent amount of. There we go.
I think there was fireworks on the island we could steal. In fact, there was. I'll go get us some.
Okay. If you're gonna get us some, I'm just gonna leave this gunpowder in case we need it to make TNT to blow up other people's houses.
Might as well. They would never know. The reason why I bring this up is it was a conversation that came up in my Discord yesterday, and they said I was crazy because I change mine every day.
Do you change it every day because they
get used?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say it's not just every night I take the dish towels.
Yeah,
no
this towel that no one has touched
goes into the laundry.
Yeah, they What are our
How often do you get a new towel for showering?
That was the next thing. So I do it every shower. I don't reuse. Occasionally I will reuse a towel, but for the most part, it's a single-use sort of thing for me.
I had a buddy who was the exact same way as that, and I am not at all. I usually use one I can get up to a week, but it's one of those things that you use it for a while. If it ever starts to smell, you grab a new one. Like it's over at that point. But definitely more than one use. I'm saying on average between like 4 and 7.
See, that's crazy. 4, like I can handle 2. 2 uses is okay as long as it's dried off. If I grab it and it's like cold because it's wet, where are you at?
Over the oak area, getting more oak.
Okay.
Need more oak.
If it's cold or wet or whatever, then I'm not gonna reuse it. Most of the time I won't reuse it, period. That's just it. I'll just grab a new towel. But occasionally I will. But like I said, it's got to be dry. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a single, like that's what whenever I like read in the hotels when they're like, hang up the towel, save the planet. I'm like, I don't even do that shit at home. So
out of curiosity, what did other people say?
Well, some of them said that they never have washed their dish towel. It's just decorative as far as they're concerned. But I was like, do you dry your hands on it? Well, yeah.
Well, then it's not decorative anymore.
Right. Like,
do you dry your hands on the painting on the wall? I don't think so.
So, like, to me, like, even, like, some of their, responses was, well, their hands are clean when they're drying their hands. But, like, I feel like they're only so clean. Like you can wash your hands or whatever. You're not getting 100% of every dirt particle off of there. When you dry your hands, you're putting some of that stuff behind.
And my towels in the kitchen specifically are there for a lot more than drying, than being a hand towel. They're there for wiping up the counter if something spills. They're there to use as a makeshift pot holder if I don't feel like having the pot holder.
Well, yeah, I do that. That's me as well. I don't wipe my counter though. I always use like my dishcloth for that. Or no, not my dishcloth. That's the word we're using for this. My washcloth for that. But I don't have a dishwasher, so I have a washcloth constantly as well. And I guess you probably don't because you have a dishwasher. So that makes sense, I guess. But yeah, normally I wash my dishes after I get done streaming every night because I cook a couple times a day, and so I amass quite a bit of dishes. And then whenever I'm done washing the dishes, I normally take that towel and throw it in the laundry and get a new one out. But I'm like you, I have just a shit ton of them. I probably got like 30 or something. So
I don't have that many, but I mean.
So it's not really that big of a deal. Same with washcloths. I don't reuse the same washcloth to wash my dishes day to day. It's a new washcloth every day.
Do you actually use a washcloth?
Yeah. Creeper.
I didn't even look and see where he was. It was just you said creeper. I just turned and ran the first direction that I didn't say. I looked and there was no creeper, so I went that way.
I want you to have.
You know what I didn't do though? I did not put my shield up.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know why. That's the first thing I should have done. I think I did that at UHC too. I just completely blatantly like knew something was about to happen and neglected to do the one thing that was meant to save me.
They say that the shield protects like whatever 100% or whatever, but I don't know. I've still died to creeper blasts with my shield up.
Yeah, so but you definitely died too without your shield up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I had a buddy who was just like you about the bath towel. Or no, I'll get to the dish rag thing first, or the dish towel, dish washcloth.
Washcloth. Yeah.
I washcloths I think are the worst. There's like no.
What's your alternative? A sponge?
Well, so I'm not a big fan of sponges, but we do have a sponge. I do use the sponge for like the rough side of it for a lot of things. I don't use the soft side for cleaning dishes because that's not what the sponge is there for. I need the other part of it. We have a brush, a long-handled brush that I feel is the most effective cleaning.
I've had those in the past, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm a washcloth kind of guy. I'm sold on the washcloth.
Washcloth is just so, I don't know how you can get like a good rub into that. What if you got like some, especially if you're leaving your dishes in the sink during the day because you could do it once at night. You're gonna have maybe some like egg residue on there.
No, I mean anything like that, I always rinse it out anyway. So like my dishes are mostly already clean for the most part before it comes time to even wash them. I feel because I'm like rinsing them after I get done cooking or whatever. But no, I don't have any. I mean, and I guess like when I do make my daughter eggs in the morning for breakfast, I don't rinse that. But they're like dried eggs, and like it's a nonstick pan; they just come right out.
I don't know. I feel like this is like the difference with my son trying to clean himself in the bathtub versus me cleaning him in the bathtub. Him putting he'll put a soapy washcloth. He'll like rub it over his body real quick, like in one streak up and down the body and be like, oh, clean, versus me like actually scrubbing him and cleaning him. That's what
But you do it with a washcloth, right?
Well, sure. No, I use a brush.
I also use the kitchen brush for my son.
But he doesn't usually have his for one, human skin more fragile. You can't get away with doing that like hard scrubbing you can do with a brush. And I feel in the dishes like you have to like this. That shocks me that you use a washcloth for that.
I don't have any trouble getting my dishes clean. I will say that. So I don't know.
And I do this before I put them in a dishwasher. I mean, you close that up. You close that up good.
I did. I was just thinking like I could just see us walking over this and like a creeper dropping on our head or something. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I haven't had any trouble getting my dishes clean with a washcloth. I've been using them for years.
I think that's crazy to me. But I had a buddy who was just like you with the one towel per shower. And we had this conversation at the bar one night, and it was like his epiphany to realize that some people actually used it more than once. Like he'd just always grown up that way, and that's always like how he thought it was supposed to be. And so he was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a try and see, because he had like 30 or 40 towels in his bathroom because he used one every day and only did laundry, you know, once every week or two. And so he needed enough towels to get through. So a big area of his was like dedicated to towels. And he said that he did it for like a week. He really gave it his all. And like, not like the same towel, but he did it for like a week, trying to use it at least 2 days. And he said that what he realized was he had it in his head so subconsciously that he had to use this the next day, and he felt it was going to be gross, that he would basically just like pat his body down with it real quick to try to get as little dirt and residue, not dirt because he's clean, but as little water and stuff on it as he could, and put it back so it was okay to use the next day. That he would go put on his clothes and he'd soak them because he would still be wet. And he said he just couldn't go on because he subconsciously couldn't, knowing he was going to use that towel again, couldn't dry himself the way he was normally drying himself. And I thought that was cool that he gave it a go and had this. No, he knew exactly what the problem was and he couldn't get over it. It was just like, no, can't do it.
For me, I have 7 towels, and they're like really
Monday,
big
Tuesday,
and
Wednesday,
fluffy.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday towel.
Technically, I mean, they could be. I don't label them that way, and I typically wash my towels twice a week. Because more than 4 of them, because they're big and fluffy. They're nice. But more than 4 of them is too much for my washer because of how fluffy and big they are. So like I said, like once I get four of them dirty, normally what I do is my daughter takes swim on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and so I typically will wash the towels and stuff on those nights because whenever she's here, because she's coming home from swim with a wet chlorine kind of towel and her bathing suit. So like I always try to wash it that night so it doesn't stink or whatever, because it's so wet and chlorine and just I don't know. But so anyways, yeah, I wash towels twice a week and I always use a different towel. She does too. She doesn't reuse her towels. I have done it. I'm capable of doing it. I don't like it.
Huh.
That's me.
I just think it's interesting. Because I know here, like, clearly my wife uses the same towel. I see it in the bathroom, for a couple days or whatnot. Now I'm really curious for the people in the audience to know what their typical towel usage is, because it's just one of those things. I think I've talked to you about this one before. You really don't know something is like completely different and awkward until you realize it. It's like I didn't know that people didn't brush the roof of their mouth. For the longest time, I thought that was like the most absolutely normal thing in the world. And turns out that most people thought I was crazy for brushing the roof of my mouth.
Yeah, I don't brush the roof of my mouth. I brush my tongue, but not the roof of my mouth.
I can't understand that. Because to me, that's just baffling. Like, what does your tongue touch all day? The roof of your mouth, right? Like, it just makes no sense to me.
I mean, that's fair. You're not wrong.
Well, and I was talking to some people about, I don't know, they made some comment about the flap in underwear and boxers and how it's so stupid to even be there with some old design and they should just take it away at this point. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like you're joking, right? Like I use the flap all the time, especially when I go to a urinal. It's, unzip and, unzip, pull it out the flap and go. Like, they're like, you actually use that thing? Like, no, you're supposed to just drop trowel. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not. That's not what it's for.
When I used boxers, I used the flap, but I don't use boxers anymore, and I can't imagine working out the maze on like
it is. It does take it, but does that mean you literally sit there and you take down your belt, unbutton your pants, unzip, and pull it all down?
I mean,
see,
I live a different life than you do, for one thing, because most of the time I'm wearing jogging pants.
You're at your
right?
house.
Yeah. So there's no belt. There's no unbuttoning of anything because I'm just wearing jogging pants. I sit to pee also. So like there's already jogging pants.
Oh, jogging. Okay. I was like, what's a jogger pants?
Yeah.
These are not jogger pants.
Jogger pants. Yeah. So, a lot of times I'm wearing like sweatpants or, something, pajama pants, comfortable pants. But I sit to pee too, right? So like already the whole idea of the flap
you might have a little bit of a problem with the flap of sitting to pee. That's for sure.
So it's just like, we're just different. But whenever I'm in public, I don't sit to pee. I use the urinal. So I am capable of standing and peeing. The whole state of pee
I
is
have
more so I
aim.
don't.
I have aim.
Yeah, it's more I don't want to splatter it all at the house. So I feel like it's a lot cleaner just to sit and pee.
I find a lot of urinals, if they don't have the right urinal pad, God, the splashback can be ridiculous, and that pisses me
Yeah,
off.
yeah, I agree with that. I like the ones that go all the way to the floor.
Because the splashback is way less. Sure,
Right.
My corporate headquarters has the fucking best and nicest urinal pads I've ever used in my life. They like give off a smell when you hit them. It's like this refreshing odor comes out of them, as well as it's just like these thick gel fingers. It just like the pee just gets absorbed into it. It's the nicest thing in the world. And the first time I went in and used the bathroom, and you gotta remember, I work in a place where I'm the only male in the nursing informatics director realm. So whenever we have NI director meetings at our system level, I am the only guy in a room full of 7 ladies that are there. And I came out of the bathroom and I walked in and I was like, guys, you wouldn't believe the amazing urinal pads that they have here. And they thought, for one, everybody just started cracking up because it's not something ladies even think about. They probably don't even know what a urinal pad is, if they're not in an industry that has to like change them or something. Like people who clean bathrooms for a living or whatever as part of their job are going to know what they are. But the average lady probably has seen a urinal maybe on a picture. Or in a movie in the background. Like they don't know the workings of a urinal.
I guess that's true.
So they thought it was the craziest story to hear me talk about why there was the most amazing urinal pad ever at this at our office, and I stand by it. But yeah, God, how did we even start with this about your dish towel?
Yeah, I mean, it started with me asking, about the dish towel, like whether or not you, because I mean, like I said, some people were saying that sort of thing just kind of sits there forever, and doesn't. I mean, like I dry my dishes with it whenever I have more than one load of dishes too, because I again don't have a dishwasher, so like in between, the like do a whole load, the drain board's full, I need more drain boards, so I just dry those with the dish towel and do another load sort of thing.
I can't imagine the people who have them in the kitchen that don't get used for anything or only get used for.
Why am I faster than you?
I stopped running, I think. No, maybe I didn't
Oh.
stop running. I don't know. That was weird. I was wondering why I kept like jogging to the side, and I didn't realize you were running with me and like through me and pushing me.
Yeah. So I was seeing if I could pass you. I was jumping at first until I caught up to you, and then I stopped jumping. I still just kept going faster than you.
My Steve's just been drinking too much.
Yeah.
He's getting a little pudgy in the area.
Did you see the new Minecraft Dungeons game?
No, I heard you talk about it earlier though, so I don't know what it is.
Where did you hear me talk about it earlier?
Right before we started recording, you were like, I was streaming the new Minecraft Dungeons game.
I was like, I talked about it in the podcast today, but you weren't there. Like,
so
what?
you think I wasn't there?
Yeah, it's like, you got cameras in my house? C920s? Can I use them?
No, I'm sorry. They're my special C920s around your house.
Right. So the betas came out yesterday, and did you ever play a Diablo?
No, but I know the concept of Diablo being like one of the first games that had like procedural creation of dungeons and things like that. I'm assuming that's where you're going to go with it, or were you not going?
I don't know if they're In fact, I know they're not procedurally generated in Minecraft dungeons.
Well, so I don't think the dungeons themselves in Diablo were procedurally generated, but it was like one of the first games that had procedurally or random spawning of monsters, maybe.
That might be still the case even in Minecraft Dungeons. I don't know. And I bet the loot is random too. But it's a Diablo style game in a Minecraft universe where you're playing as like a Steve or Alex, whatever. And there's weapons and you go around killing mobs and you can put enchantments on them when you level up. And there's the whole storyline and stuff. It's really well done. It's really good. I enjoyed it quite a lot. There's only 3 levels in the beta. But it's.
Oh, you know what? I just realized what happened with you running faster.
What was it?
You kept the
buff
the
longer.
buffs longer than I did.
I see.
I'm trying to remember how to get rid of that window. Yeah, show my buffs. Yeah, you probably hit. I was low on seconds when I left the area, and you probably kept those buffs.
How do you loot these beehives? I thought it was just right click.
Right click with the shears.
I thought that gives you honeycomb. How do you get the bottles?
Oh, I don't remember. You're the only one who got the bottles.
I thought it was just right click.
Do you have to right click with the bottle?
Maybe that's what it is.
Standing in fire. Ow, fire hot.
That would make sense. You have to have a bottle in your hand. Bees don't make bottles.
These bees made bottles. Send them back. There we go. You're not. I'm sure you're not watching it yet. The new Survivor.
I still haven't watched the one with Rob and them, so I probably should grab that and go through it. I've gotten so addicted to audiobooks. That's my problem. I don't consume television anymore because I consume audiobooks.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
And so I never. That's it for me. It's just audiobooks all the time.
Yeah,
maybe if I had like a way to watch it in my kitchen or something.
Just replace one of those C920s with a TV.
I mean, I guess I have a monitor on the wall in there. I guess I could watch it in the kitchen because I have, for my streaming setup, I have a monitor. So I guess I could do that.
You'd be a season. Yeah, this season that is going on right now, and so you're not going to watch it until the end. But it's the winter season, so it's entertaining for different reasons than other seasons have been entertaining for. It's just fun to see the winners, thought processes on things, because since everybody's won before, they have their own idea that what they did was the best.
Have they ever done that before, where everyone was a winner?
No, this is the only time they've ever done a full winner season.
That's good, because I remember sometimes when
keep in mind, Sandra is the only person who's ever won twice in Survivor history, and she didn't win in a winner season, so they couldn't have ever done a winner season before, because then somebody else would have won twice.
Oh, that's true. Duh. Didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're right. That makes sense. Yeah. I was just thinking that, like, a lot of times whenever they do these seasons where they bring people back, everyone's mentality is they've won once, so they've had their time with the money.
Well, that's
stuff.
It's the strategy in Survivor is so weird to me, because sometimes people, like when Boston Rob won, it was like, why the hell did you let that man win? Like, he controlled everybody so openly the entire way, and you guys were all just like, okay, we'll just follow him. Like, that's how he won the game.
Yeah.
And then in other seasons, they're like, this person's played before, let's vote him out first. Like, get him out of here. And it's like,
right. I think it's a matter of, like,
it's so weird.
Yeah, having people there that have some sense. I think this is really what it boils down to. Like.
Right.
You need someone there that talks some sense to people, and sometimes I feel like there's some, like, well, I don't know. There's a lot that we don't get to see, obviously, that happens behind the scenes. But it does seem like there's a lot of panicking that happens too, where, like, you feel like they're going to listen to this person finally, and then last minute they panic and do whatever is the safe choice.
I hate it when they go to tribal and the outcome is completely different than any strategy that they've shown. And you're just
right, because that they've talked about that.
Right,
It's not entertaining TV to give out the.
Or they didn't want to ruin the end. But either way, I want to know when those conversations went down. Like, give me some, like, behind the scenes then that I can watch on a different day. Like, air some, like, behind the scenes on things you missed from this season, and actually show
that would actually be kind of cool.
These conversations that you didn't show, because I want to understand how they went down.
But that'd be interesting. I like that idea.
I spent yesterday putting together and submitting my next Survivor audition tape.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, it's at least I can say it's submitted. That's all I can do.
Yeah, I've given up all hope of that sort of thing.
I mean,
I did consider doing it one time.
In the last time you submitted, though, like when you did it VHS?
No, maybe.
I was gonna say, because you can't give up if you haven't done it since then. I honestly, I do understand your concept. That the reason I haven't submitted in a couple of years now at this point is because the chances don't really exist. Though they did try to announce last season that they were the season you haven't watched yet. You'll notice there's a lot. there's less attractive people on the season that you watched last time, because there was an article that came out before the last season that says something about they're going back and stopping taking as many people from talent agencies and trying to actually dig into real people submissions.
That'd be nice.
So hopefully,
I'm in the bed, by the way.
Oh, so hopefully that gives me more of a chance, but still, like, there's definitely really no chance. But the no chance becomes a negative chance if you don't ever submit or something. I don't know how it works.
I did consider doing the whole submission and making a big deal about it being for charity, but I never did do that. Have you thought about trying that?
Yeah, no, I didn't try it. You talked about trying to do that.
Yeah,
and,
I didn't know. Maybe you.
I said that I would definitely, if my stipulation for getting on the show was that it had to go to charity, I would definitely do it, because I still want to play the game, like, over and above everything else. Playing at the game is like the thing I'm really in for. But at the same time, if I won, I still want that $1 million. You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
But I would still give it to charity if they were like, "Hey, the only way we're gonna let you on the show is if you're gonna donate the money to charity at the end." I'd be like, "Done, sold."
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I hate to change the subject back to Corona, but before we end this episode, I want to know if you saw there was a couple articles talking about China's cell phone service and a reduction of 21 million accounts since Corona.
No. Are you thinking that they've lost 21 million people that they're keeping?
I think that would be pretty crazy.
You saw did we surpass their numbers today?
Oh, yeah, we did. We're number one because we won.
We won. We're US. We're on the top. Woo!
But I do think it's weird. So, all right. So a lot of this stuff was on conspiracy theory type sites, and some was even on like fake news websites talking about this. But you can look at the actual the cell phone providers' data, and you can corroborate.
I forgot about
the fact that
up here. Let's make sure they didn't suffocate.
I was just thinking that soccer should have made some of these bees fly in the other direction. That's what I was up here looking at. The fake ones. I think they're all going this direction. So you can see that aspect of it is true. Like the websites are saying basically what you just said. Like, these people are dead. But I don't know. I think that's a lot of people. That's too many people to have died. And dead people don't normally cancel their plans or anything like that.
21 million would be a ridiculous amount of people.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it is, and it's unexplained why that number of people, like the cell phone companies, the providers, like some of them have never like reported a loss or anything like this. So like it's like that aspect of it is true. Like for some reason, millions of people canceled their cell phones in the last 2 months in China.
Maybe they couldn't afford their cell phone bills because they were locked in, so they all just canceled.
But I mean,
I
don't really know exactly how China works, so I can't argue yes or no about that.
Well, I don't believe for a minute that their numbers just stopped.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they did in the little farming villages and stuff. There's some people that are saying that those people are still sick and they're still getting sick and the government's just kind of ignoring them. I don't know how true that is. I don't think we can trust China's numbers though. The 80-some thousand sick, it had to have been higher than that. I do believe that they may have flattened their curve like they're showing in the major cities by enforcing everyone in their homes like they said they did.
Sure, but their numbers like have not increased at all in like a week.
They're going up just very, very slow. But if you look at the pollution map, all their pollution's back. So they're definitely back in business. And you can't say those people are just sick and back in business because that wouldn't make sense either. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting conspiracy to end things on.
Yeah. All right. Well, we should go. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See ya.
Don't get sick. Bye.